Yeah, get him good, take him down. Hey everybody, so today I was flipping through a whole bunch of videos on religion and atheism, big surprise, and I kind of felt like I noticed something that might be missing from the dialogue, particularly that of what it feels like to lose your religion, lose your faith. Now, I remember what it was like for me when I transitioned out of Christianity, and it was tough, believe me. Now, for me, there was never just a big snap, oh hey, I'm an atheist now. But I do remember when I first kind of started saying the words, when I first acknowledged that I was an atheist, and I fought against that for as long as I possibly could. I was probably in practice an atheist long before I actually told anyone that I was. And the reason for that was because when I actually said it, when I knitted that to myself, that meant I was giving up a whole bunch of things. I mean, for one, I'm giving up the purpose that I've found over and over again in the big man upstairs and what he wants for my life, etc. I'm giving up any hope of going to the big place upstairs when I die, and I'm certainly leaving a big, shaking, gnawing existential question that comes with death and all that nasty stuff about it. I'm also giving up a bit of social connection, a bit of security, a bit of feeling like I fit in with those around me because we at least share the same ideas. Giving up church for sure. Now, coming out of all of that and getting through that big hump, that transitional phase, I wouldn't go back to it at all because I do understand now that a lot of the comforts I felt were false comforts in many ways. And I feel now much more free and without the cognitive dissonance and many other issues that I felt when I was a Christian. But man, don't pretend that it can't be tough on people. Don't pretend that it's just so easy to just rationalize yourself into being an atheist. Just rationalize yourself out of your religion. We human beings are super emotional creatures. I wish I could say that evolution has just driven us into great humanistic ideas and that we are perfectly moral and perfectly rational just because that's so ingrained in our DNA already. But we're dumb. We're a dumb species, we do dumb things, and we are living in a very struggling world. So when you're telling someone that that their belief in God doesn't make sense, you kind of have to think about what you're really suggesting. If they were to truly give up on that, it's kind of like ripping the floor out from underneath them. At least that's what it felt like for me. Now, I know some of you may have just been atheists all your lives, and so it was never a big deal. I know some of you too may have just woke up one morning and just go, yeah, I guess God doesn't really make sense anymore. But an overwhelming number of, well, I guess I shouldn't say overwhelming, let's just say a big part of our society derives their comfort, their security, their purpose, their meaning, and their social connections, at least in some form or fashion, from religion. So, I think that if you are discussing religious belief with someone who is at least devoutly religious, I think some respect and empathy towards that is warranted. I don't think we have to go so gung-ho, I have to convince you of this. I have to convince you that your belief is just superstition and ridiculousness right now. I think we can be softer than that. And I think we'll probably be more heard when we come across softer and a little bit more understanding of that as well. Now, that does not mean by any means that I think we should just be lackadaisy about beliefs. People just believe what they want and just move on about our lives. I do think religion is holding us back. I do think there's a better world on the other side of the fence. But I think acknowledging that hopping that fence can take a bit of energy, and sometimes you can scrape your knees along the way, is at least worth recognizing. That's it for this video. I just thought that might be worth as another idea to put out there. You guys have, I'm sure, tons of opinions on this. So, you tell me, do you think we should be soft? Do you think we should be empathetic when talking to the religious? How do you think we should do so? How much of that do you think we should give in our conversation? leave that in the comments. If you like this idea, thumb it up. And I'm gonna probably try and talk about this a little bit more because I think this is something a little bit near and dear to my heart. So if you like that idea, subscribe and maybe you'll hear from it again later. And that's it. This is Mr. Scarlet signing out. I think he's dead.